we just went for it, and we've already watched the whole thing. So yeah, I'm assuming we'll probably talk spoilers a bit, maybe. I don't know.
We're getting into spoilers.
Okay, so we're gonna get into spoilers.
So we'll let you know. We'll let you know when.
This guy right here is a massive Veronica Mars fan. He got me into it, had me watch it. I obliged. I didn't judge before watching it.
Still have to watch Buffy.
Yeah.
But anyways,
so this is cool. Like, this is exciting. I mean, the show like had 3 seasons and it was done, and then it had its movie, which you just didn't know. Like they've always been like, oh, we'd like to do more. Like, if given the chance, we'll do more. There was books. There was all this other stuff. And then this news came out like what, last year?
It was last year, yeah.
And it was a full-blown, like, holy shit, you're basically getting a new season of Veronica Mars. And honestly, if I were a betting man, I think we're getting many more seasons to come. I mean, that's just what I think.
Kristen Bell said that she'll play Veronica Mars until everyone in Neptune is dead.
And they legit have the platform for it now. So, dude, like, I mean, if you ever had a wish or dream of Veronica Mars coming back, I think you have it. So, with that
being said,
let's get into it.
I absolutely, of course, loved the series.
You mean this season or the series?
The season, okay. Sorry. There was a lot to take in, and also know that I've been watching. I was trying to watch all of the seasons before this one came out, but that kind of got ruined. But I did pretty much finish season 2 before this came out, so which was enough for me because, I mean, I wouldn't say season 3 was my favorite.
Was or wasn't?
Wasn't.
Okay.
My favorite. But I love this show because, like, real quick, like I said, I'm rewatching it, like, it's still topical. It's still relevant to today, which is amazing. Like, it holds up. I mean, other than technology.
Well, it still
holds up as far as, like, being in high school and, well, I mean, I'm not in high school, but, I mean, dealing with shit from, you know, bullies and whatnot. Like, not only that, but
that is not what this season's about, though.
No. I'm talking about, like, like I said, I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, you're still talking about that. Okay, just making sure.
No, I'm talking about season 1.
I got it now. I got thrown off.
Yeah, I'm talking about seasons 1 and 2. Like, it holds up for to today, not only with that, but with society and the haves and have-nots. There are no middle class. Like, it's like it holds up to today's standards. And now, like, with this new season, like. And I'm also kind of regurgitating everything I've saw from the interviews. Like, this is about gentrification in Neptune, you know. So yeah, like, it's amazing for this 2004 show to now to still be alive, you know. And we've got it in streaming now, and it's amazing. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's one of those shows, like, I was talking with Annie about this earlier, where it can kind of just keep going. Like,
it can.
Psych, I think, is the same way.
Psych can keep going.
I love that we're getting the movies from Psych, but, like, the show's done in a way where you can kind of, like, it doesn't necessarily have to end because, you know, she's a detective, basically. There's always going to be a new case.
People are going to hire her.
There's always going to be a new case, and, you know, that makes it fresh right away, and then while those cases are happening, of course, you could further along the stories of the people around her and her herself.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool that it's back. I really like Rob Thomas really has a vibe. Like, this show has a vibe, and it still has the same vibe, and it's just really enjoyable. I don't even know how to categorize the show in general, because, like, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I can't compare it to something else. Like, I don't want to say it's like a Gossip Girl 90210 type show where, like, I feel like, no, but, like, don't shake your head so crazy, because I feel like it's,
I don't know about Gossip Girl.
I feel like it's in bullshit. You've watched Gossip Girl, so you know enough. It's in that same, I think it's in that same wheelhouse, like, but it's different. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's just, like, a feel to his shows, and that's why, dude, like, I'm pleading with you to keep watching iZombie, because you have no reason not to love that show if you like this show, especially with all the same people that are on
there.
Yeah,
while we were watching, you were telling me, like, oh, Logan is an iZombie and has a character arc, it seems like.
Yeah, Weevil's in it, too.
Weevils is in it.
Dude, everybody, like, I'm just saying, like, and I know you've liked what you've seen, from what I understand, but, like, dude, like, with how much you like Rob Thomas, like, it's something you have to watch, and I'm bringing this up because
Not to shame me.
No, not at all. Like I'm bringing it up because I like the vibe. I like the vibe of these shows, and I feel like iZombie captures that vibe, and Veronica Mars obviously is where I got the vibe from, and it's cool to have that back.
Yeah.
Especially now that iZombie is over, so you have no excuse.
Yeah. Especially after watching this, like I want more.
I think you're gonna get it.
Well, I mean, like more Rob Thomas.
Oh, well, dude.
So, like,
yeah, just fucking watch it.
Knowing that I have iZombie now to go to.
I think you should start
back
over.
Back on Veronica Mars.
It's been too long.
Yeah. Back on Veronica Mars. I absolutely love this season. They did a lot of stuff. They answered a few questions here and there. They brought up more questions here and there. They brought back a lot of people that from obviously the past seasons, and brought back people I didn't expect either. So that was awesome. Yeah. It was weird. So like the whole point is Dick's dad, Big Dick Casablancas, is his name, who was a real estate agent, or is a real estate agent now again in this season, is out of prison and now back into buying up all this land. And during spring break, all these bombings happen. 3 bombings happen. And it's slowly starting to push like tourism and spring breakers out of Neptune.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to buy up all the real estate.
I mean, don't go crazy on the recap stuff. Like, just talk about how you feel. Because,
But
I mean, we got a lot more to talk about, too.
How I felt about it overall?
Well, I mean, keep going. I'm just saying, like, I don't think we have to. I mean, you got it. Like, there's a thing that happens. Veronica Mars is on the case. All this stuff.
She's
like,
on the case.
Talk about the highlights. Like, talk about like the highlights, lowlights, whatever. I wasn't trying to throw you off base. I just mean we have like still other stuff, a lot about this to talk about that I don't think.
Okay, well, starting with the first episode, I like the beginning. I like how much more tech savvy she is now. Obviously, thanks to Mac. Not that she wasn't tech savvy before, but like the way she is, she was in like the first 10 minutes of the show when she's trying to solve a case. It's a one-off case. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, he's invading. He's took over your router. He has like just watching her do all this tech stuff. I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Her friend Mac, who's a tech genius in this, isn't in this movie, but in the series, but she is referenced. She was a regular in the 3 seasons.
I saw an article. Like, what was the reason?
She had she was
like
filming something else, and it conflicted with her schedule.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm sure we'll see her back in the next season.
That's Deb from Napoleon Dynamite, right?
Yes. So like it's cool to see how much. I mean, we saw it in the movie too, but it's cool to see how much she progressed and like how.
Well, again, like you said, moving along with the times.
Yeah.
Like when the show first came out, like of course. Computers and stuff were still not new. I don't mean new, but I mean
right.
It's just like that was
considered for nerds.
Yeah.
So yeah. The modernization of it and everything, like it's like I enjoyed it. Like I love her character. I love her and like Logan together, which is so weird.
Yeah.
It took me a while to like her and Logan together because I like Duncan, but Duncan's off, and which I found out that the actor who plays Duncan quit acting. That's why he's never been brought back.
Interesting.
So we won't see him again because he's quit acting. Like him and Jeff Anderson are in a cabin in the woods. So first episode was great. I love how it started off with the curse word. She says shit.
Well, okay, let's talk about that real quick. So I thought it was funny. I made a joke when we were watching it. I think the only cuss word she said throughout the whole show was shit. And then otherwise, that's the only one she said was shit.
Yeah. And
then otherwise, she did this whole thing, which if you watch The Good Place, like there's a thing in there where she can't cuss. So she says instead of, fuck, she says, fork, what the fork. And in this, she did like, cuss this.
It's like a bet with her dad.
Yeah. Or
saying who can say the F word first.
Which, I just wonder, I just thought it was funny that she's now in 2 shows where she deliberately tries not to cuss. And it has nothing to do with them trying to keep the show at a certain rating because the show was definitely more edgy and risque than it ever has been. Like sex and lots of stuff, which I think is cool. And that's another benefit of shows being on Hulu and Netflix and HBO and all that stuff. Not that that's what makes a show good, but I feel like it's nice when you aren't restricted creatively by what you can or can't do on TV.
Yes.
So I think it's really cool to see this sort of more adult version of Veronica Mars while it still sort of stays, within itself too.
I agree with that. Because there were some sexy scenes in this for sure.
God, the one that happened, I think, in the episode before, like
the first one or the second one?
No. The one that her fantasy with Leo. I was
like, holy shit. Yeah,
this is like just full blown right now.
Yeah. And then Wallace in the corner.
Yeah, I thought it was, and like I know like when the movie happened, she like just had a baby, so she wasn't quite in Veronica Mars shape. Where in this, and that I don't mean anything by that, but like you could tell like she's still like, and it didn't matter, like it doesn't matter.
She always looks good.
It just didn't matter, but I thought it was interesting. Like she really looked, she essentially
looked the same.
Kind of looks the same. Like she, obviously she hadn't just had a baby, and so she like looked more like how she always did on the show.
Yeah.
And again, don't get me wrong, she didn't look bad in the movie. I just remember she even joked about how like I just had a baby, I'm not fully in shape and all this other stuff. But it was crazy like how well like she's aged and stuff. Even her dad looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah, her dad, like both her and her dad, like I feel like they barely even aged at all.
Dick too.
When he doesn't have really his beard, he definitely looks the same.
Yeah.
But the ones who I felt like definitely looked different was Logan. He obviously
I think it's just that
got
he's
more
just
buff.
more in shape. And then it wasn't as jarring to me just because I'm in iZombie.
Right. It was just weird to hear that voice come out of this like big suave dude, Same thing with Wallace. Like
Wallace looks different too.
He's also all jacked up too.
He's just bigger, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I love this fucking show. I mean, I don't know I'm trying not to get too spoilery.
I mean, I think we're going to talk about some
we see Weevil, like, back again, too. We see Duncan Kane later on in the season, or in the episodes. I said Duncan. Jake Kane, his dad. They do make references to the TV show. Because they have...
Yeah, of course, they have to.
Yeah, they have...
I'm looking at this, it's season 4, so it's just like, that's what it is. The movie was kind of off over here, which they do reference the movie, because obviously her dad is the way he is because of what happened in the movie.
Right, yeah.
So...
Because he did get into an accident in the movie. So, the girl, Maddie...
Also an iZombie.
She's also a night zombie. Damn.
Later on.
I'm trying to figure out. That is her name, Maddie Ross. Her dad was the one in the hotel that got blew up and died, so now she's basically the Veronica character from season 1 trying to find justice as well. I like her character a lot. I thought it was cool to kind of like see that. It almost felt like kind of like a foreshadow, like if anything does happen to Kristen Bell's character, Veronica, like we might see her. I don't know. I don't think.
That's never gonna happen.
I know it's never gonna happen, but like I like that they have this character who's learning the trade.
Well, it seems like. I mean, if you fast forward to the ending, like that was perfect.
That was yes, exactly. Spoiler territory.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're gonna do spoilers in 3, 2, 1.
Is there something that you want to say really bad right now? Because I
go. Just
okay.
I don't want
Can I talk about some stuff I didn't like?
I like to hear you talk about Veronica Mars. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, this is totally spoilers. I don't know that I agree that they killed Logan. I don't know that I agree with that honestly at all.
Okay.
I just feel like it could have and would have been so much more interesting if he... And I guess it's always possible that he could still be alive, but I don't think so. I mean, there's that whole joke on TV, if you never saw the body, then you never know. But they did the whole 1 year later, so I don't know where or what, like where he would be. But yeah, like I just think it kind of sucked that she didn't, you know, like in some of this, like if Andy's watching, he's gonna think I'm regurgitating some of what she said. But I do agree with a lot of it. It sucked that she didn't get to be happy for very long at all. And another thing a lot of people are pointing out too is that it just feels kind of lame that I've read a little bit about this because like
right.
so here's the deal. So last night Andy's mom was she was we were hanging out with her and she was over later than I thought, so I didn't even start watching these last 3 episodes till 1:30 in the morning. So I was up till 4 something finishing.
Jesus Christ! Right?
And I was gonna be like, if I didn't finish, I was like, Rick, I didn't finish. Like we could just talk about what we've seen up to this point. But after it ended, I wanted to hear what some people said, and there's some people that kind of like depends on depends on the angle that you look at it. But there's some people that don't like Veronica in this season. They think that she seems like she's, I don't know if selfish is the word, but selfish, maybe a little self-absorbed, isn't really that good to Logan. And the big thing, and Annie pointed this out, and I think some other people pointed it out too, but I think I might have only heard this from Annie, but people implied some of the same stuff, is that it just seems kind of weak that it took Logan dying for her to finally come to terms with the fact that, hey, maybe there is something up with me and I do need therapy, and to actually go see a therapist. Like, that's a little weak, and I just think it would have and could have been so much more interesting to see them together over these next few seasons and them working through this stuff out together, you know? I don't know. Tell me what you think about all that. I just think it's just
so like
kind of disappointing.
Here's my thought on that, because obviously Logan's death is the thing that everyone's talking about.
It's not even so much, just not to cut you off, I don't want you to think that I'm mad they killed the character. It's not so much that. I just don't know if it was necessary. No. Yeah. I just don't know that it was necessary.
Veronica's character in general has been through way too much.
That was the other point.
She lost her best friend. She lost friends on the bus. You know, she had to deal with being raped. You know, it's like she's gone through so much. You know, what happened to her in college, like... It sucks that this is. I mean, I'm not saying that the show sucks or anything. I'm just saying that
the situation show doesn't suck. But we don't have to agree with everything.
Yeah, her situation sucks. Like, I thought she was finally going to get that happy ending. You know, that she deserves.
And even if Logan lives, it doesn't mean like, oh, it's happy. Like, it doesn't. No, like there still was a lot of territory. Yeah.
Right. There's still a lot of things they can go through, because we saw Parker at the DMV with Logan.
Yeah.
You know? And that talk where they were talking to each other, you know, about marriage and stuff, you know, she was getting I think their car in her name because of a divorce.
Mm.
Like, you know, him almost not going to make, so it seemed like it's like he wasn't going to make it to the wedding.
I mean, that was totally a red herring, though.
I kind of believed it.
But it was, though. But I kind of did, too. I was like, oh, wow.
Because how long it got dragged. That's why I was like, oh, no, come on, Logan.
Yeah. And then I was like, I don't know. Then I started thinking, like, well, they planted the seeds hard enough with her and Leo to where they're trying to get us prepared for that.
That's why I felt kind of like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, that didn't happen, and they got married. I totally forgot what I was going to... Oh, with Logan. Okay. So then that happens, right?
Hold that thought. I just want to touch on something that you started talking about at the beginning before we completely drift off. So you talked about everything she's been through.
Yeah.
That was the other point people were trying to make, where it depends on which side of the fence you're on. Some people look at it as her not seeming like she's being a very good person.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way too.
And then other people also say, but, you know, Veronica should have mental problems with everything she's been through.
She totally does.
So they talked about it being a mental health thing. I'm like, that's an interesting angle, but I still don't think that they had to kill Logan for her to come to any sort of realization. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Other people also took issue with the fact they thought it was stupid. It's like, you know, the show, as far as we know, takes place in 2019. She could Skype with Logan on something other than a computer. You know what I mean? Like there was just a lot of things where it's just like I don't know. But anyways, go on with what you were saying.
So, yeah, I felt they did the thing that I don't like unless it's done well, which is that 1 year later thing. Like, I honestly thought when that happened, the explosion and everything, I thought it was going to cut there because we're not going to know, like, what happened, you know? Like, he saw the parking guard or whatever, or parking ticket person come up, so maybe he walked away from the car.
Yeah.
You know? I thought it was going to be something, I thought that was going to be the cliffhanger for the next season, you know?
Well, I mean,
possible next season.
He saw the parking guy coming up, so I think he wanted to get in the car even faster to move it before he got a ticket.
Perhaps. You never know. Maybe something else. I mean, that was at least that's what I was thinking in my mind until we got that 1 year later bullshit. You know? And
even that, they still never explicitly said that he was dead, but...
That is true. That is true, but they do say he's gone.
Yeah.
So, it's like,
so
well,
it's
maybe
hard.
He's in the hospital brain dead. I don't know.
But that's not good either.
Yeah.
Like, that like, there's nothing good can kind of, like... I don't want to say they fucked it up.
It makes me sad.
It's just kind of a...
It just makes me sad.
For as much as I was enjoying the show, and I was happy to finish it, it bummed me out when I'm like, it's fucking 4:30 in the morning, and now that just happened. I'm just like, that's not what I wanted. You know? Like, it's just kind of a bummer.
Well, let's talk about Patton Oswalt, too.
Okay.
Like, I did not see that coming. Did you?
That it was him?
Yeah.
No. I don't remember.
Here's the thing why I didn't think that.
Did I ever make a joke about that at some point? I feel like Annie or you or someone made a joke about it at some point. But I don't remember.
I think Annie made the joke about it. I'm like, there's no way it's going to be him.
She might have.
Yeah, because I knew, like, this is like it's Patton Oswalt. He doesn't play bad guys. I feel like he doesn't play bad guys.
Yeah.
For the most part. So, with that in mind, like, I didn't expect that at all. Like, I just figured it was going to be Dick's dad, you know, or, I don't know, J.K. Simmons' character, which was also a different turning point for him, too, in this, at the end of the series.
I didn't love that either, to be honest with you. I actually thought, like, I don't think Annie agreed with me, but I said to Annie, I'm like, don't you think... What's Veronica's dad's name? Whatever, Veronica's dad. I'm like, I feel like he's being too hard on him. Because, you know, like, at the end, like, when it really... Of what?
Iced tea or Coke?
I'm okay. I honestly sort of felt like it just seemed genuine that he just wanted to be his buddy. And he's still just like, no, I can't. It's like, like, come on. Like, you know, like, so I don't know how I feel about that either. I also... Keith.
Yeah.
I also... Yeah, so that sort of bugged me a little bit. And then I think it's weird, too. I'm jumping around a little bit now.
Right.
So, there's... Like, they do that 1 year later thing. But even before the 1 year... Like, we get no reaction from Dick about his dad being fucking beheaded. Dick just disappeared after the volleyball thing.
Right.
And then he loses his best friend, too. No Dick. Like, we don't even get... And maybe that's what they're saving for next season.
Perhaps.
For another season. But it's still just kind of like... It just was weird how much he fell... Honestly, I was a little disappointed with his involvement in the show. Because it felt like... And maybe there's a reason for it. But he almost didn't even need to be there.
Dick?
Yeah. Because he played little to no role. I could almost argue that...
He was the king of spring break.
What's the friend's name?
Mackenzie?
No.
Mac.
Who?
Mac? Are you talking... Who?
Who's the... I don't know what's the black guy. What's the black guy's
Wallace.
name? Wallace. Okay, thank you. He almost didn't really, like... He was almost kind of there just to be there. You know? Like, in some ways. I'm glad he was.
He was there for... I mean, he was... That's her best friend.
I know, but he didn't really play much of a role.
He didn't, but I don't see why he couldn't just pop up like that.
No, I'm not saying he can't pop up. I wish that there were
you just wish there were
roles for Dick and what's his name?
I gotcha. Wallace. Just more chunky roles for them.
Yeah, like even Weevil had a chunkier of a role, but I mean his thing was kind of like you know, he saved her, and then he rides off his motorcycle, and then he's never seen from again, so we don't know what happens there. It's just like, I was going to make a joke today. I'm like, you know, really this is their plan all along. They released the season a week earlier because this Friday they're releasing season 5, and they really have 2 seasons in the can. Like, there's so much that went
That would be awesome.
There's so much that went unsaid. Well, you heard it here first if that's what actually happens, but there's so much that kind of went unsaid, and not in a cliffhangery sort of way. In a way where I'm just kind of like, really? Like, how do you not revisit those characters, like, a little bit after some big moments in the show? But it's fine. Like, they did a lot. I loved it. I'm not saying I didn't love it, but I'm going to be critical, too, of the things that I feel like I want to be critical about. But it was great. Like, I'm not saying otherwise. It's just things that...
I 100% get what you're saying and agree, too, because... fucking, like, it hurt me that they got that about Logan. It just hurts me.
I actually jokingly said to Annie, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I called it. But when he got called back to duty and he never talked to her.
I didn't think it was going to come back.
And he never talked to her and left a voicemail. I said to Annie, like, he's going to die. I said that, and I thought maybe something was going to happen when he went off into duty. But when I said he's going to die, I'm like... I didn't actually think he was going to die later doing something else entirely. So I'm not going to take credit for that, but it did cross my mind about him.
Can I just spoil the book really quick for you?
Sure.
So that part where he does leave and they try to Skype each other back, I got scared. Because in the book, that happens. He goes back to active duty and they Skype with each other and, like, they're talking in the book. And then, like, all of a sudden, like, you just see it boom and it cuts out. In the book.
So that bothers me. It doesn't bother me, but, like, I'm glad I didn't read that because that says, like, Rob Thomas has then apparently been trying to
But we don't know if he was dead or not because I haven't read the next bock.
And I guess we could...
I don't think he would
I guess we could argue we don't know that he's dead here until we see full evidence but that doesn't explain where he's been for a year. At all.
Well, yeah, that's true. 1 year later, like, how do you not know where he's at?
And she's sad. And she's traveling around, has to get out of Neptune. Like, I don't know. I can't... I'm trying to think of a scenario where he could still be alive. But...
I just don't think we want him to be dead. Because he's dead.
I mean, it could be that they've moved. Okay? You know, like, because of his job. And maybe she's secretly seeing the therapist without Logan knowing. And so that could explain the therapist saying, like, what would Logan say if he knew you were here? I don't know.
What about the voicemail?
What about it, though? That could happen whether he was alive or dead. That voicemail was left before they got married.
I don't think he's alive, man.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying...
I
you can't roll. I'm not saying that's what I think. I'm just trying to actually think of ways where he would be.
He would be alive.
But at the same time, then what's the point of having the car explode?
Like we're going to have the same conversation in our next topic.
Yeah, we are, but a little bit different.
Yeah.
It'll be different, though.
Definitely different.
Because I feel differently about that. But anyways.
Yeah.
Overall, man, I thought it was good. I just, like, there's little things. And I absolutely want more. And I think we're getting more. Like, I think Veronica Mars is on for the foreseeable future. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon.
Do you think it lived up to the expectation as far as more... R-rated, not like a Veronica we've seen before hype?
Did they promote that?
Yeah, like Kristen Bell said, this is not like what you're gonna see on television.
Yeah, yes. I think they could even go further though. I think they kind of dipped their toe. I'd say they dipped in. I'd say they went waist deep because there was some sex scenes that, like, obviously would not happen on TV.
Pretty graphic.
That probably wouldn't happen on TV. And, like, granted, you never actually see something, but you see a lot of body. I guess I'll say that, and you see the motion and all that stuff. But I definitely think they could go even deeper and darker too, for sure.
I hope we get that.
I'm sure we will.
So, absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
I do have that same feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious for you and Annie to talk about it too. But
she came on the show.
Yeah.
Tulip too.
I didn't even think about that.
But
anyways, it was good. It was really good. I want more. I'm sad I'm already done with it. I kind of mostly did that for you. But
Yeah.
At the same time, I probably would have kept going too because it just has.
I would have kept going too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably should have got a cheaper Uber ride.
Stranger Things, I feel like in a sense, it does the same thing where I do want to keep going, but for some
you want to
reason,
savor it.
but for some reason I felt same with Veronica Mars. I wanted to savor that too, but at the same time, Veronica Mars. I don't know how else to put it. Stranger Things, I feel like does the same thing, but for some reason, Veronica Mars, I got more of the vibe as if I was watching just one really long episode. Where Stranger Things feels like I'm watching a really long movie. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, it was good stuff. I wasn't disappointed. I don't think you were disappointed either. But man, I don't know how I feel about them killing Logan.
Yeah.
I really don't. I will say though that Leo and Veronica Mars, at least the way that it's written, they write it to where it makes it seem like she has way better chemistry with him than she does with Logan. The way they interact.
I'm not gonna just like put down her and Logan's relationship at all by saying this. I'm just kind of saying it for the sake of just saying it. But her and Leo definitely had a nice relationship. Normal relationship.
And a lot of that is the writing, I'd say, too, because like they do write them in a certain way. And so, of course, I could say that. But, like, yeah, the vibe between those two is very, like...
normal.
If you saw them together, both couples together, you would walk away saying that she has better chemistry with Leo, I think. But that's mostly just how it's written.
I feel like it's more healthy.
Yeah.
Another thing real quick. I like the way how Logan exits after, when he's doing the security detail and he tells his clients that the governor that he spoke the language. Like, I like the looks on their faces. Like, that's
that was really good.
Clarence Weedman.
What?
He hires Clarence Weedman to watch them.
Who's that again?
He was the head of security for Jake Kane.
Oh.
And he was also the one who killed Logan's dad.
I thought he was familiar.
He killed Logan's dad.
Okay. I definitely thought he was familiar for sure.
Duncan sent him after they killed Logan's dad.
That's right. It's been a while.
So when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck is he doing there? Like, But, I mean, Logan never really liked his dad anyways after... I mean, he killed Lily, so...
Right. But otherwise, in that 1 year later scene, like, I thought I thought Maddie being in the desk, I thought was perfect.
Yes.
The dad, like, it's good news about her dad, about Keith being healthy.
On wrong medications that was causing his lapses.
Being healthy, you got the hip replacement, it's all good. But I don't know, I was kind of bummed. Like, I want to explore the J.K. Simmons-Keith relationship more.
I do too.
So I was kind of like, dude, just come on, just be his friend. Like,
oh.
So I don't know.
Hopefully we get more of something like that in the next season. I'm just going to say there's a next season, because if we will it...
it's absolutely
If we will it, it will happen.
Rick, there's no way it's not. It was written in a way to where it's definitely happening. Like, I don't think it's anything where we have to hope. It's 100% happening. Like I said, it might even be happening as soon as this Friday. How did they... what was the last thing they left us with? Oh, her listening to that. To the voicemail.
Yeah. And driving off.
Yeah.
Leaving Neptune. By the way, really quick on Neptune looked a lot more like Neptune than the movie.
Okay.
I don't know if you agree with me on that.
It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
I know there was some
kind of... And I just know it's not San Diego. And specifically, there's one part where Anne's like, oh, that's Abbott Kinney.
I was going to say, I know there are scenes in there that definitely are LA. But it definitely felt more Neptune than it did in the movie.
So it was really good.
But we loved it.